Let's go best offense and defense right now. Who y'all think got the best offense in the NFL right now? I know we more than halfway through the season and we kind of on the back end with about 5 weeks left. But who y'all think got the best offense right now?
Go ahead, Ike.
Man, I was looking between two teams. I feel like there's been two teams who you think of offensively,
Mm-hmm.
and that I didn't want to go with this first one because I feel like we've been talking about them every week, and I was trying to find somebody to combat. Uh, Obviously, we've been talking about Kansas City Chiefs
Mm-hmm.
and how they've looked offensively. Uh, Ranked number one in scoring, ranked number one in passing offense. The only thing that they weren't ranked in the top 15 and 10 was obviously in rushing, but that's because they don't run the ball because they ain't got to. The other team I looked at was the Dolphins. What Tua's been doing with Waddle and Hill. My only issue with them is like when I did look them up, I think they were top 10 in a couple of categories, but they were very bottom third and rushing, which will change. I do think that Jeff Wilson is going to be a better option for that running game than Mostert has been. But I had to go with KC just because like, it doesn't seem like anybody has been able to stop them or even slow them down, and nobody expected this with Tyreek gone. I mean, even looking at last week, offensively, without your top what two or three receivers, still found a way to put up. They have 30 some points,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I couldn't go against them. I really tried to, but I couldn't go against them.
What about you? What you got, Justin? Who you think?
Well, he actually mentioned the team that I was going with, which was the Dolphins.
Okay.
And the reason why I went there, you actually already kind of hinted on it, is I think Moster's been good for him. So, I mean, he actually has been pretty solid. But I think, like you said, I think Wilson just gives him another option there, and it's going to make him even more dynamic. I actually kind of wipe out the games Tua didn't play it in my mind in terms of that'll drag their statistics down. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking about like when he's played, how that offense has looked and how they've been able to. I mean, sometimes it's so effortless, like them just driving down the field and putting up points. So I went with the Dolphins only because that's based upon I think potential. Now that they're starting to click a little bit, the weird thing about them is they don't get Mike Gesicki involved at all in the offense. It's very rare,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
that's a little bit weird. But I'm gonna go with the Dolphins as far as right now, best offense.
Okay. Well, I actually went on the NFL.com and I kind of broke it down a little bit because I wanted to get a little deeper than the eye test because I think a
Hmm.
lot of times we go by the eye test and what we see. Um, so the top five passing offenses based on NFL.com by rating. So they rated it. I don't think it's QB rating. I just think it's passing rating as a team. Period. The
Hmm.
Chiefs is number one is 106.6. The Seahawks is 106.4. The Eagles is 106.4. So those two are tied. The Dolphins is 105.8 and the Bengals is 103.1. And as far as yardage, because I did that and then I went yardage, touchdowns, and the interceptions. So as a team. So yardage, you got the Chiefs at uh, based on rating. I just took those top fives and I'm just gonna give you their stats. So this isn't in that order, but 32-65 for the Chiefs in passing. Seahawks 24-74. The Eagles is 24-30. The Dolphins is 30-59, and then the Bengals is 29-35 far as yardage. And then touchdowns, you got the Chiefs with 28, the Seahawks with 17, the Eagles with 15, the Dolphins with 21, and the Bengals with 22. And the Chiefs only have 7 interceptions. Seahawks only got 5. The Eagles only have 3. Dolphins 7, and the Bengals 7. I mean, the Bengals got 8. So, far as passing, they're all kind of right there. But again, um,
Real
for,
quick, the
yeah, go
funny
ahead.
thing with what you just said, I think Teddy Bridgewater had 3 of those picks. So
Probably.
But
I
I'm
think
just
he
thinking
had
we're
three
just
of them.
looking at. I
Yeah.
mean, I just took them
No,
as a team,
no,
so
I know
I
what you
didn't break
no,
it down by
yeah, I know
individual.
what you're
So
saying, but
yeah,
that you actually kind of making me feel better about what I said because it's like I'm pretty sure he had three of those picks. So
hmm
you take that out and he wasn't throwing for many yards. I can imagine what their
most
numbers
of
may
that is
look like with
still
Tua. Yeah,
yeah,
with
still
Tua,
to it.
it would
Yes.
be it would have been much better. So
Um. So rushing, yeah, it's a bit different. So I'm doing complete offenses. So rushing, you got top rushing team is the Bears in yardage as far as 2177. The Falcons number two was 1753. The Ravens was 1628 in third. You got the Giants 1572 was fourth, and then the Browns 1509. Um, Yardage coming in at fifth. Touchdowns, the Bears have 14, the Falcons have 12, the Ravens have 10, the Giants have 13, and the Browns have 16. And on the other end, I wanted to do something negative since passing has interception, so I went fumbles,
okay.
rushing fumbles, teams fumbles as rushing. The Bears have seven, the Falcons have six, the Ravens only have three, and the Giants and the Browns is both tied with two. Um,
I
so
wonder how many
yeah.
of them are receiver fumbles though.
Oh, it's just rushing fumbles. I didn't do receiving at
Okay,
all.
okay.
Strictly rushing fumble. So someone
Gotcha.
who's running the ball as a running back, considered a run.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
got you.
Okay.
yeah, I want to make sure I separated that. I didn't put receiving in it because like I said, that's a dependent stat. So I didn't want to go team receiving because
Yeah.
that's whatever. That still ties into passing. Top scoring teams is the Chiefs, 37 touchdowns total as a team. Eagles 34, Bengals 32. Lions and Bills are both tied with 31 as fourth and fifth. So it's it looks like the Chiefs kinda, but they're only as far as their rushing. The Chiefs is 19th in rushing. The Seahawks is 16th in rushing. The Eagles is sixth in rushing. The Dolphins is 26, and then the Bengals is 27. So if I had to go number one offense, I probably have to go Eagles because they're the most balanced. They have a high passing rating, so they means as the complete stat, they're top five, and they're also top 10 in rushing. And they're the second in scoring in the league. So as far as touchdowns as an offense. So if I had to pick one, I would have to pick them just based on the numbers. It just don't look
Yeah.
like it, but that's really how it is.
I just want passion, love attraction, let me do that shit. Going outside, I just like crashing. See you in the classic, ready for the madness. Catch me, I just want passion, love attraction, let me do that shit. Phone charge on its last light. Same clothes on from last night. Still lit like it's last night. Young living in the fast life. Young. Smoke cloud from the ash pipe. Catch air from the half pipe. I need a centerfold from the shows with the mansion. Chandelier dancing. Count in a Branton. Yeah. Been had hella Franks when it's ballpark figures. Might be in the field, but I came from the trenches. You can tell it's my time, look at better swing. I do like the charm on my wrist, let me glitch. Want me pay the way, I'm the wave, I'm authentic. Sitting courtside, got a sprain. Nigga, I bring the gang for the gang. Nothing but a thing when I sang. Young Usain, I sprinting. Getting fresh prints. Counting a blessing on blessing on blessing. They call me the reverend, y'all nigga play too much.